How you doing, Mr. Fred Hammond?
Good. How you doing?
I'm good. Okay. Let's go ahead and just jump right into this interview, okay?
Excellent.
Okay, cool. Okay, now tell us about the Festival of Praise tour that you have basically touring the country right now. What is it all about?
Festival of Praise is just a praise and worship party, a very intense praise and worship, gathering of music, celebration, preaching, comedy, the whole nine.
Okay. Now, as everybody may know, Pastor Donnie McClurkin is on the tour. How did that happen? Like, how did you decide on who you wanted to tour with you and stuff like that?
Well, Pastor Donnie and I have been friends for over 20 years, and we really just, we've been good friends. So we put him at the top of the list of things, of people that we wanted to work with. And when we reached out to him, he said yes immediately. So that canceled out the rest of the list.
Okay. Okay, now, the whole setup of the tour, like, how was it set up? Will you be singing some of his songs? Will he be singing some of your songs? Will it be like any duets? Like, what's the type of setup you guys got going on?
Yeah, we're pretty much on stage together the whole time.
Okay.
I sing with him. I sing background for him. He sings background for me. We sing together. I'll take a verse of his song. He'll jump in on a verse of my song any given night. It's great.
Okay. I like the sound of that. Now, the last time you were on tour was with the United Tenors, right?
Yes, sir.
Okay. Now, is there a different feeling now, being that it's just you and one other person, compared to being with a group of guys?
Well, it is a difference. The good thing about it is that before, the Tenors were kind of, people looked at us like a new group. Like what is this? But Donnie and I, we have a collective string or a catalog, and it's just, it's absolutely, people are very familiar with it, so they come expecting, just to have a good time. It is a good time.
Okay. Now, will there be anything special that you were bringing down here to South Florida? Any one special you'll be bringing that will be on the tour with you guys as well?
Well, it's a family affair, so
okay.
we're bringing my daughter is coming, and she's touring with me. Her name is Fred Hammond, and his sister is coming. They both open for us. They both sing. We get to feature them, and we're also bringing playwright, director, comedian J.D. Lawrence, and a lot of people know him from the hit play The Cleanup Woman, and we got him on board. And there'll probably be different ones that are open in different cities. Like, I don't know who's opening up down there in Florida.
Yeah, because I heard on the radio that it's going to be Isaac Curry and I think Alexis Spite, if I'm not too sure.
Yeah. So we have different people every night, doing different things.
Okay. Now, let's go ahead and back up a little bit. We all know that you had double knee surgery in January. Has that been a difficult thing for you being on the tour?
Well, no, I thought it would be, but I'm about 60% of where I need to be, which is great because I was at 5%. I could hardly walk at all, when I first had it was knee replacement. Double knee replacement. And so I got them at the same time, got them out the way. And the first 4 months was the roughest. It was the roughest. But, God is good, and the body is made to heal itself, and God is a healer. And that's the way he made us. And so, but it is a process. It's at a point now where I have to walk this thing out and walk by faith. And when the tour was being set up, I was at my worst point. And so I just told him, go ahead and set it up, not knowing how it would be. But I had encouragement from others who had knee replacement, double knee replacement, and my doctor was constantly in contact, and he told me what to expect. And so I'm walking it out, literally.
Okay, that's awesome, because I also read that your doctor, the one who performed the surgery or hooked everything up for you, you actually met him years ago through, I guess, a fan telephone call or something like that.
Yeah, he was 17 years old, and him and another friend that got on the phone, and they were basically just kind of playing on the phone. They wanted to see if the house or if I would answer, or if a business or a booking agency would answer. So they called about 2 o'clock in the morning, figuring they would just get an answer and hear my voice, but they ended up getting me, So
wow.
We talked for a little while, and I didn't give them the business. I didn't holler, at them or chastise them for calling. I just kind of talked to them this particular night, not something I normally do, but I did this time. And at the end of the day, the guy said that it helped him through his music. My music helped him through his intern, his schooling, his graduate school, going to get his degree and to become a doctor. And then we hooked up by happenstance. I didn't even know these guys. I talked to them once. And then 23-something years later, the guy is doing surgery on my knee.
Wow. Wow, that just goes to show you how God really works in mysterious ways, man.
Yeah, yeah.
So I have a question now. You were with Radical for Christ, about, I guess, I'll say, 10 years ago? Will there be any reunions, per se, with you guys coming up in the future?
You never know. You never know. I don't really pay attention to the reunions too much. I did the commission one, and it was great, but, everything kind of changes. But if it happens, it'd be lovely.
Okay, cool. Well, I think that's about what I have done for this interview. Just one more question. What does the future hold for Fred Hammond?
Right now, I'm actually just finished. I'm delivering my album to the record company. I got a brand new album that was birthed out of this knee surgery event, and it's called I Will Trust. The name of the album is called I Will Trust, as well as the single that's out. And it'll be out on November the 18th. And, that's pretty much it. I got a play coming out with J.D. Lawrence called Cain and Abel. And so, we're looking forward.
Wow. That's awesome. But before we go, another quick question. What advice would you give to the artists that are coming up in this day and time right now? What main advice would you give to them?
I would say sing anywhere and be ready to be, to be used by God and to put your focus on the message that you have about, what God has done for you or what you want to encourage people, not on your talent and your gift. Put the focus on your message and your heart that wants to tell other people about the goodness of the Lord. And then be ready to do it anywhere, whether it's Sunday school or youth home, or whether it's everybody wants to be Sunday's best, but sometimes God leads you in the trenches. So be humble enough to go anywhere, whether it's a senior citizen home, and just give people joy. And once you do that, God will, I promise you, that you're in line for a blessing, and you're in line for God to bless you and lead you to greater places. It's those that come out that want to be, that want to go straight to the stage and do that. Those are the ones that really find the challenge, But God will do that sometimes. But most of the time, He's looking for people who will be humble enough to go anywhere, and wait for Him to elevate.
Wow. Thank you so much for that word, everybody. Fred Hammond, Festival of Praise Tour. Thank you so much again.
Thank you.
All righty. Bye-bye.
Bless you, brother.